Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fahri Akbar and I'm from 5B morning class. And today I will explain the material about English teaching material development design. There are 8 subtopics, and the first is Azure model. Next is AD model, CAMP model, Borg and Goal model, Dick and Curry model, Hanafin and Peck model, Gagne and Briggs model, and the last is 4D model. First is Azure model. The Azure model is a model which is a formulation for teaching and learning activities, or KBM, or also called a class-oriented model. There are 6 stages in the Azure model: analyze learners, state standards and objectives, select strategies, technologies, media, and materials, utilize technology, media, and materials, require learner participation, and the last is evaluate and revise. Next model is AD model. One of the more generic learning design models is the AD, or Analyze, Design, Develop, Implement, Evaluate model. One of the AD's functions is to be a guide in building training programs, tools, and infrastructure that are effective, dynamic, and support the performance of the training itself. There are 5 stages in the AD model. First is analyze, design, development, implementation, and the last is evaluation. The next model is CAMP model. The CAMP model is an approach that prioritizes a flow that is used as a guide in the preparation of program planning, where the flow is a systematic series that connects the objective to the evaluation stage. There are 4 elements that are the basis for making the CAMP model. The first is, who is the program designed for, or learner trait, what to learn, goals to be achieved, how can the content of the field of study be best studied, learning method or strategies, and the last is how to know that the learning process has taken place. This means is evaluation. The next model is Borg and Goal model. Borg and Goal define research and development as an attempt to develop and validate the products used in research. Borg and Goal in the research model that was developed set out 10 procedural steps in the development of teaching materials. The steps are research and information collecting, planning, develop preliminary form of product, preliminary field testing, main product revision, main field testing, operational product revision, operational field testing, final product revision, dissemination, and implementation. The 5th model is Dick and Curry model. Teaching design according to the Dick and Curry model system approach. The components in this model carry out learning analysis. There are stages that will be passed in the development and planning process. From the model above, it can be explained as follows. Destination identification. Conducting instructional analysis. Identify the initial behavior and characteristics of the learners. formulate performance goals, development of benchmark reference tests, development of teaching strategies, development or choose teaching, design and carry out formative evaluation, teaching revision, develop summative evaluation. 6 is Hanafin and Peck model. Hanafin and Peck model is a learning design model consisting of 3 phases, namely the requirements analysis phase, the design phase, the development and implementation phases. In this model, assessment and iteration need to be carried out in each phase. This model is more product-oriented, going through 3 phases. First phase, analyze. Second phase, design. Third phase, development and implementation. The seventh model is Gagne and Briggs model. The development of the Briggs model of instructional design is oriented toward system design with the target of teachers working as designers or designers of instructional activities as well as an instructional development team whose members include teachers, administrators, field of study experts, evaluation experts, media experts, and instructional designers. Briggs instructional development model is based on the principle of harmony between goals to be achieved, strategies to achieve them, and evaluation of success. The last but not least is 4D model. The 4D model device development model was suggested by Siva Sailam Tyagarajan, Dorothy S. Semel, and Melvin I. Semel, 1974. This model consists of 4 stages of development, namely define, design, develop, and disseminate, or be adapted into a 4D model, namely defining, designing, developing, and distributing. The activities carried out at each stage of development can be explained as follows. Define. Activities at this stage are carried out that determine and define development requirements. Next is design. The design stage aims to design learning devices. And the third is develop. Tyagarajan, or online, divided the development stage into 2 activities, namely expert appraisal and developmental testing. The last is disseminate, divided the dissemination stage into 3 activities, namely validation, testing, and packaging, diffusion, and adoption. That's all the 8 model that I explained today. Thank you. Sorry for the mistake, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.